Hello, this is Katie in Love Forever. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel. I am so excited. I am new to the YouTube family. And as time moves on, there's so much that you're going to learn about me, my background, where I come from. And I hope that you like, share, and subscribe. I want to start a segment called Thankful Thursday. And I wanted to start this segment because there's so much that we deal with as individuals on a day in and day out basis. We're dealing with our families. We're dealing with the government. We're dealing with so much in our life, in our relationships, in our marriages. So much. Even stuff that we're dealing with on the inside that we don't even share with anybody. Things that's bottled up in our minds that we can't even explain. And even if we did try to explain anything, we would sound crazy to ourselves. So there comes a time where we just have to find space just to be grateful for the small things, for the positive things, for the things that matter, for the things that are beneficial, to us. And as we look back over our lives and we see all the things that God has brought us through, the trials, the tests, all of the things, just sometimes we can take out a moment in a day and say, God, I thank you for this. I thank you for that. I want to share a testimony. When I was a little girl, and when I almost lost my fingers, two of my fingers, my middle finger and my ring finger. I was a PK kid, and my mother, who was a single mother, she was always a valid source of strength and faith in our household. And not only her, but my grandmother, who taught us about God, who brought us under the admonition of the Lord. I reverence and fear God so much because of what I taught, that I was a little girl running into my mother's room, crying because, I was scared that Judgment Day, was coming. When it's going to come. And my mother had to, when I would run in my mother's room crying because I had just had a dream about Judgment Day, I would run into her room and I would say, Mom, when is Judgment Day? When is Judgment Day? And my mother said, I can't tell you when Judgment Day is. But she said, what I will tell you is to be ready when he comes. So I was that little girl who was always had in my mind, about God because of the seeds that were planted. But what I failed to understand is that I didn't have to fear him with the fear of being afraid. But I could feel him, in a sense of reverencing him. And I learned that as I got older. But my mother was a source of strength to me and my two brothers, who has gone on to be with the Lord. Their names were Melvin and Anthony. And his name was Charles Anthony, and we would call him Cable. And we would call Melvin Milk. So Cable and Milk, those were my two brothers. And my mother, she always reminded us that no matter what we're going through, no matter what you encounter, no matter what you face in life, God is always a source. He's always the source of your strength. And so we didn't have much. We didn't have a lot. We struggled. Those were some hard, cold days. Even though my mother, she gave us the best that she could. But the struggle, anybody know about struggle? Do y'all know about the struggle of growing up when you hardly had anything to eat? Anybody else know about that struggle? My mother, I remember us living in this house, and my mother had to go outside and cut wood, whatever she could find, chairs, furniture, clothes, just to come back and put it in the heater so that we could stay warm. I remember my mother sitting at the table and she would pick out the rat balls out of the food, out of the oatmeal, so she could wash it and so she could cook the oatmeal so that we could have something to eat. I didn't know that's what she was doing, but she explained it to us later what she was doing. And there was times that she would allow us to eat and she didn't even have anything to eat. My mother, I would see her walk in the snow to work. The coat she would have on, I know that it didn't keep her warm the way that it should have, especially with the distance that she had to walk, the shoes that she wore. But she was such a woman of character and integrity. She'd rather go without and have her respect than to have and not have it. And her and my grandmother, they taught us real love, real faith. So we moved from this particular house into the projects. And I remember me and my brothers, we were playing one night. We were playing and we was playing hide and go seek. So I guess you remember the hide and seek song, Pack a Reader, Pack a Hide. My brother was the one that was gonna hide. And I was going to be the one that was going to be the reader. And so as I was walking out the door of my brother's bedroom to close the door so that I wouldn't be able to see where they were hiding, I walked out the door. And as I was walking out the door, the crack, not the front of the door where the doorknob is, but the crack in the back where the door closes, where the hinges is, it caught my hand. And when it caught my hand, the door closed all the way. I promise you it did. I promise you it was a excruciating pain that I never, ever felt before. And I remember screaming to the top of my lungs. And I remember my mother and a friend was in the living room and they was in there talking about the Lord and praying and whatever. And I was trying to explain to my brothers that my hand is caught in the door. Mind you, I'm only about 5 years old at the time, so I couldn't really express. I mean, I could talk and, and I was very well, communicative, but I was trying to explain to them that my hand was caught in the door. But they thought that, oh, no, you just trying to see where we hiding. And I'm trying to explain, no, my hand is caught in the door. So when they realized what was happening, they was like, no. Mel was like, no. Her hand is really, really caught in the door. Look, I could see her fingers. My fingers were sticking out. Blood running down. I couldn't see on the other side, but they could. And as they opened the door, my fingers were smashed all the way in. All I could see was just blood and green stuff, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And I knew at 5 years old, I knew I was just going to lose my fingers. And my mother came running in there, her and her friend, what's wrong? What's going on? And so I told them my fingers. And so when they opened the door, the friend that was with my mother at the time said, we got to take her to the hospital because it looked like her fingers are about to come off. So I'm scared, I'm crying. My brothers, they realized this is really real. This is happening. Her fingers really did get caught in the door. So we went to the hospital. And I remember sitting at the hospital and my mother was right there. I was so afraid. I was so afraid that I was going to lose my fingers. And I turned to my mother and I said, Mom, am I going to lose my fingers? And I remember my mother saying, no, you're not going to lose your fingers because we're going to pray and we're going to tell God about it. And He's going to heal your fingers. And I know what she was saying. And I heard what she was saying. But every time I looked at my fingers, I just didn't know if God was going to heal them. And I remember the doctor coming in. The doctor came in. And, everybody is just trying to keep me in good spirits because I'm upset. And of course, I'm in pain. And so they brought in a bucket of hot water, and it looked like it was suds in there. I don't know what type of solution they had in there, but the water was so hot. And I remember the doctor telling me to stick my finger down in this solution of water. And it was so hot I could barely sit. Just imagine, you're in pain. Your fingers just got caught in the door, and they're telling you to put your hand inside of a solution of hot water. And it was so hot. And I kept sticking my hand like halfway in, then taking it out. So I finally, I guess I got to a point where I could stand, the heat of the water. And I had my hand soaking in the water. And I remember after a while, the doctor told me that I could take it out. And I remember the doctors, I don't know if they numbed me, I can't remember, but I remember them sewing my hand, sewing my fingers up. They were sewing my fingers up. And I could still feel the needle in my fingers. I could feel the needles in my fingers. I remember what it felt like. And after they finished sewing my fingers up, they put some type of, I don't know what people call salve, something like that, and they put it on my finger. And I remember them wrapping up my finger. And he told my mother to take the bandage off like every other day to keep it clean. And it was sort of like it was just a white bandage. You know how when someone breaks their leg and they have on a cast? Well, that's what it looked like a small cast on my finger. But my mother would unwrap it every other day. And this is the part that really, really, really got me, y'all. My mother would take those bandages off of my finger every other day. And when she would take the bandages off, you could smell. My hands started to rot. My fingers started to rot. You could smell the stink of my flesh. And I kept looking at my fingers. And I said, I think in my mind I was thinking I was going to lose my fingers because my fingers was black and it had green pus coming out of it. And I kept saying, Mommy, am I going to lose my fingers? She said, no, you're not going to lose your fingers. Y'all, my mother would take some blue magic hair grease because she didn't have any anointing oil. And she would get some of that blue magic hair grease and she would rub it on my fingers. And she would pray over my fingers. Every time she would unwrap it, she would say a prayer of faith over my fingers. And she would wrap it back up. And she did this repetitively for, like, I guess, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month, I don't know. But every time she would take it off, it looked like my fingers was getting better and better. And one day, she took the bandages off. And I looked at my fingers. I could see my skin coming back. I could see the color coming back in my fingers. And I could see my fingers were healing. And when my mother saw it, she said, I told you that God was going to heal your fingers. And today, y'all, I got my fingers. I got my fingers. And that was just a testament of my mother's faith, because I didn't have any faith at that time. But she taught me that no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going through, God is still a healer. He is still a deliverer. Y'all, I wish I would have taken a picture of my fingers. You would not believe how my fingers look. Just like somebody rotting in a grave. My fingers started to rot, and I could smell it. But to God be the glory. God healed my fingers. And so today, for Thankful Thursday, I want to thank God for my hands. I want to thank God for my fingers. Ooh, God, I praise you. And sometimes, y'all, we just got to take time out and thank God for our feet. Thank Him for the small things. Thank Him for your ears. Thank you that you are able to breathe the flowers. You're able to see the sun. And if you're not, God is still a healer. God is still a deliverer. God can still do anything but fail. He said all you got to do is ask, and it shall be given unto you. Believe that you have received, and it shall happen unto you. So today, Thankful Thursday, I give God the glory. I thank Him for allowing me to have my hands, to have my fingers. And if you would like to share something that God has done for you, go ahead on and comment below and let me know what God has done for you. What are you grateful for today? What has God done in your life? What is God doing in your life? What have He delivered you from? What thing have you faced or you have encountered? You didn't think that you was going to come out of it, but God brought you out of it. Or even if you're still in it, you know that God is a God. He is a God of faith. He is a God of strength. He is a God of delivering His people. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God shall deliver them out of them all. I thank you guys for listening to me. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for stopping by. Let me know what you're grateful for. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. You are blessed. You are loved. You are healed. You are delivered. In Jesus' name, I pray for you.